Hey guys, it is Mandy. I am the birth nurse, and this is my friend Amanda. And can you push with peanut balls? Of course you can, and we're gonna show you exactly how to do that today. I am so sorry if you were waiting for me live in another place because I am having the worst technical difficulties right now, so I apologize. But I am the birth nurse. I'm a labor and delivery nurse, Lamaze childbirth educator, founder of Birth Nurse Academy. If you are looking to birth boldly and you are busy and ain't got time for classrooms, or they're not a good fit for you because you're not super crunchy or you're not super medical and you need something in between, I'd love for you to go check us out at birthnurseacademy.com. It's really fun over there. So hello to my students if you are a student of the Birth Nurse Academy. Today Amanda and I are out of town. As she says, we're on vacation because we have no kids and we are away from Roanoke. We are teaching in another hospital in Virginia, and today we're teaching 2 intro to peanut ball workshops, and we just finished our first one. Actually, it was way back before I started all this troubleshooting. So this is our little setup here, and we have 2 screens, and we had tons of issues earlier today. She has been my IT person and everything that I've needed. And right now she is going to be my patient, and she's going to demo some pushing positions. So on this channel, I help people, busy people, birth boldly. If you are one of those, consider subscribing and definitely share this with a prego friend because everyone needs to know how to use these peanut balls. These are amazing, amazing labor tools, and this beginner workshop is actually a little more in depth than I kind of thought it might be, but we're talking a lot about labor support techniques, confidence in labor and birth. It's been really great. So on that same track, I have relinquished Amanda to the floor because that is how we are teaching today. We're on yoga mats. And I just had a resident ask me, why does she still have the ball? When my patient was on her side, she said, why does she still have the ball you told me she was almost ready to have a baby? So that really interested me because of course you can have a baby while you're pushing with a peanut ball. And I love when parents want to push on their side, pregnant people want to push in other positions besides their back because it can reduce the risk of tearing, and it really helps babies come out better, I think. So if you move the pelvis around in labor, then you still want to keep moving it around when you're pushing. And so Amanda will demonstrate the tuck position, I guess. So we're using a bunch of different balls. We don't, these are not all of mine, but I did bring a lot of mine. And then the unit here has their own different sizes of balls. So that's really cool. So if you guys are here in the live chat, let me know where you are watching from and where you are in your labor, having babies journey. Are you a birth professional? Who are you? Where are you? I want to know. So many technical difficulties. This is on my phone, guys. This is so bad. So Amanda is in a tuck position with a large peanut ball between her knees, and it's large. It's like medium large because she's 5 feet 5 inches. And when we're pushing, it's great to be on her side. And I recommend, hey, Foster Family Vlogs, pulling the ball up towards your face. So if you're my patient, I say, pull the ball towards your forehead. And she doesn't have a belly, so she can pull it pretty far. But if you have a belly, it doesn't look, yeah, it's more like that. So if you rotate, Amanda, turn your butt towards me. No, not that. Oh yeah, or that way. Yeah, do that way, do that way. So when the physician came into the room, hey guys, if you were here, I'm so sorry. I was on a different link, but I will fix all of that technical difficulties. So the resident that came into my room, or my patient's room, was like, I don't see a baby. And I said, can you get gloves on? Because the baby's about to come out. And they were like, well, let's just see. And so they didn't put gloves on, and I almost had to catch the baby, which, as you guys know, I do not do. I am a labor and delivery nurse. I do not catch babies. And they were surprised because I don't know what it is about being on your side, but you cannot see the baby crowning as well as when you're on your back, which is what everyone's used to. We're used to having babies with the patient and the mom on her back. So when they walked in and they didn't see any hair from the baby and they didn't see any head, they were like, what's going on? So she just pushed one more time. So Amanda's gonna show you what happens to the pelvis when she curls up and pushes. Her pelvis gets wider, and you can totally see right there is where the baby's gonna come out.
It got wider.
Yeah, it got wider. And it also happened recently with a friend. You know who you are, and I know you're watching, so thank you. It happened with a friend who just pushed one time on her side like this with a peanut ball, and I had to tell her to stop, and she started laughing and her baby started moving out. And I was like shrieking to the doctor, like, put some gloves on, put some gloves on. He was trying to teach someone that was in there with him, and I was like, no, you need to put some gloves on. I had the hand on the head and was like, stop. Just like, hey baby, just like the hand was there. There's no stopping that baby coming out, but here we are. But he had no idea because you can't see when she's not pushing. It doesn't look the same. The crowning doesn't look the same. So it is tricky. So, hey Bobby Joe Bush, I'm gonna get to it. Hold on, that is a great question. She's asking about knees together, ankles out. That's next. So in this case, her knees are out pretty much wider than her ankles unless she puts her legs parallel onto the ball, and then her ankles are at least supported on the ball. But I've had plenty of people have babies without moving the ball. Have you, Amanda?
Yep.
Yeah, they don't have to move the ball. You don't have to use stirrups to have a baby. You don't have to be on your back. You just hold that ball and then you're pushing, and she can't see her progress, but a lot of times her eyes are closed and she's focused on her work. And then the baby comes out and support person just supports her leg and throws the ball away, and then we scoop the baby right between her legs. Boom! Amanda just had a baby. Congratulations. Kangaroo care. So, Bobby Joe Bush, it's your whole name on YouTube. Okay, next is something that actually I don't do very often yet, but works with the pelvis in the internal rotation, and that is a small peanut ball, Amanda. Oh wait, first, because I like to be tricky, will you do that new funky way that we've been doing with the semi-sitting, half on your side, half, yep, like on a tilt? So this is a new asynclitic way that I've supported people with, because maybe she likes to be on her side, but she wants the head of the bed up and wants a little more sitting position, wants a little more angle. So when I help someone push a baby out with peanut balls, I work with what they want first and what works for them. And if it's not working, then I guide them with maybe some other ideas. But yeah, I like that. So I love asymmetrical positions, and the like Captain Morgan position is awesome. Oh, see, she's kind of tilted. So she maybe started on her side but wanted the head of the bed up, so it's angled up, and she's using the ball on her in between her legs as a rest, but it still helps her pelvis be in like lunge position. So it's helping the baby descend, but it's not on your back, and you can curl forward if you need to. You can push the ball away and arch your back if you need to. I really like this. So it's not, oh yeah, you love pull from above. I know, we need to be better at that. We work in a hospital that does not have hooks in the ceiling. Do you guys have hooks in your ceiling in your hospital? We don't have hooks, so we can't use a rebozo and pull from above. But she and I are working out a way to maybe go around that and work with the bed and have our patients use tug from above. So you don't necessarily plan out, like right now, how you're gonna push your baby out, but it's nice to have a bunch of tools in your toolkit for when you're ready. So you've tried these positions or you've seen them. So if you run out of ideas, here are a few more. Because you never know what's gonna be comfortable. You never know what you're gonna like. You never know where your baby's gonna be at. So that's a good one. All right, the third one, the third and final. This is kind of new for me. This is the small ball because Amanda is going to put the small ball, she's going to be on her side with her knees facing me. I love this. I just talk and there she goes. I wish my kids did this. Your kids follow your direction like this? Find your socks, not there, to the left. All right, you are gonna put the ball between your ankles. And your knees are gonna be together. Ha. All right, Bobby Joe. What do you go by? Do you go by Bobby Joe? That is internal rotation. That is putting your knees closer together than your ankles. And that opens the bottom of your pelvis. And last week, if you haven't seen last week's video, I will link that here and down below. You need to go there next. And maybe, was it last week's? It was recent. I will link it, about super crazy positions that you can move your legs in to move your pelvis in different ways. So when the baby is ready to come out, you need to open the bottom of the pelvis instead of the top. That kind of is at the beginning of labor. So that is a good question. Is that position good for any time during labor and any position baby is in? If the baby is OP. This is a way to open the bottom of the pelvis. So at the beginning of labor, you probably don't need to open the bottom. You probably need to open the top and get the baby into the pelvis. And then closer to the end, when the baby's station is lower, then you would need to open the bottom of the pelvis. And then, yes, this works for lots of different baby positions. I think when the baby's OP, we go through all the positions. What about you, Amanda?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Sometimes it takes every 15 minutes. That's right.
Changing it up.
Sometimes I'm like, okay, that's not working. And I don't want anyone to feel like it's never going to happen. But if it's not working, you want to change it to something that is working. So this is what I mean. I brought my super sweet pelvis. The top of the pelvis is when the baby has to move in, and then the bottom, like this, boop, is when the baby needs to move out. So when we turn our legs with our ankles out, she's opening the bottom of her pelvis to help give baby more wiggle room to wiggle lower and lower and lower and out. All right, I hope that helps. If you guys have any questions, let me look in the chat for, I wonder where the chat went, but I'm gonna look for questions and see if you have any. Oh yeah, you're welcome. Nervous about the baby being OP. So if you're nervous about the baby being OP, there are some daily things that you can do to help prevent the baby being OP, like not sitting in your recliner and having your belly lower than your hips and your knees. And spinningbabies.com has some really great ideas for this. So check them out for some daily moves. My daily moves are not published yet, so I go to Spinning Babies for second best. I mean, they are the best, but also so will mine be. So they're going to be out soon. And you can get on the email list and know when those 9 daily positions are out from me by getting the download down below. The 125 labor positions you need to know to have your baby. 125 is all of them. All. That's all. Hey, Callie, 23 weeks pregnant with your rainbow baby. Congratulations. Yay. Vicky wishes hospitals and birth centers in the Caribbean knew this. The hooks would be awesome to have in hospitals. I have seen them it was a birth center connected to a hospital. It was amazing. I cried when I saw it. It was so amazing. Is there a way to help shift? All right, Elizabeth, hey girl, is there a way to help shift the baby so the head is putting pressure on the cervix instead of sitting in front of the cervix? Oh yeah, I saw your message somewhere about this. So, yeah, so doing Spinning Babies, good job. Yes, that would be pelvic tilts. You can try some pelvic tilts. Amanda, you want to show us some pelvic tilts? I love having a demo, girl.
I don't know, can I stand up?
Probably, yeah. So soft knees. You don't even have to do the belly thing. No, soft knees, turn to the side a little bit.
I have a
Yeah.
pretend belly, so.
Yeah, she's just holding on to her pretend belly. And she's tucking her butt. Yep. So standing, that's very exaggerated.
It is.
All right, Elizabeth, do you want to see mine? Hey girl, hey. Okay, standing, tucking, standing, tucking. That's all it is. Standing, tucking. So you're feeling the front. Oh my gosh, we're gonna be in so much trouble for this. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, did that make sense? So you want to tuck so your butt is in, and that could help. That could help. Also, you can, let me think, you can hang the baby. So you can do kind of the opposite, and you can have your belly lower than your knees. So when you're sitting on a ball or you're sitting in a chair, I would turn the chair backwards if it's safe and not on wheels. You can hang your baby that way and have a little bit of arch in the back, which might position the baby a little differently. It kind of depends on where that baby is at, but those two might help. Is it gonna help the baby? Yeah, that's the goal, is to help the baby engage and put pressure on the cervix. Holla, that is how the babies come out. So that's what, we were talking a lot about that. We took some pages from the Spinning Babies Awesomeness and what they teach and promote, which is that the baby's rotation is hugely important, just like the cervix, but a lot of times it's tougher to get the baby to rotate than to help the cervix dilate. They should go together, but they don't always. And that's huge. So we talked about that today with a bunch of nurses, and I'm so excited. They learned positions they had never heard of before. This is not the first place that I've taught labor support classes, but it's so great to teach in my own state with, you know, people that are like me, and they have some of the very similar struggles that we have. So we got to just talk about what it's like to be a labor nurse and some of the hurdles that we go through. So if you're experiencing that as a labor nurse, put it down below. Let's talk about it, because it's real and it's happening, and it's really tough to support people in labor when you have so many obstacles in the hospital. But that's where labor is going. It's more and more in the hospitals, and there are struggles. So we got to talk and like have some community today, and we labored each other. That was really fun. So if you guys have questions, let me know down below. I'll be answering comments all day today. We have one more workshop later this afternoon, and then we're headed home. It's a long day. It's a long day. We need a nap. But if you are on my Instagram, Mandy Birth Nurse, then you will see some stories once I get some internet and can upload them. There's been so many struggles this morning, but we are having a great day. I hope you are too. Share this with a pregnant friend. If this helped, or you learned something, or you laughed, or you love a pelvic thrust, give us some love. I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye. Okay, now how do we stop it? Yeah.